Sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Dr. Aliago. Hindi ako makita. Pinapanig. Anyway, Dr. Ray Hawson and I have been very close because not only that we are both doctors, but it's also because he is my doctor. So I will not only be talking as a doctor, but also as a patient. I am a gynecologic oncologist, so mainly I deal with cancer of women sa pelvic organs. And so I have seen a lot of patients and how they suffer. And I have always been with them, especially during the time na terminal na ang case. So it has been very difficult also for us. But before I don't know how this came all of a sudden, so I'm not so prepared about it. But I know how it feels to be a patient. Because I remembered last year when I felt I had a lump on in my thyroid, I felt so bad about it because it was very firm and hard. So I went to the thyroid section in PGH, and I had a scan, and it showed that it was a hard nodule. And so I immediately went to Dr. Ray, and I said, might as well have this removed because everybody, all my friends were telling me na, naku, cancer yan kasi solid nodule. However, he assured me that it might probably only be benign. But then I felt so bad about it. I was at the prime of my career. I am very young still. And I have only one child. I want to have more. And it's the only time that I'm getting to really enjoy my life, my family, and my friends. And so I felt really so bad about it. I really cried. And it didn't shame me that all the way I was walking the corridors of PGH and even the streets going to Manila doctors, and I make rounds, I was crying. And I didn't mind whether my patients would see how red my eyes were. And so I thought that it was the end of it, and I said probably I have to prepare myself. It's really true, I prepared myself. I said if I die, I'm so young, my child is so young, and my husband is so young, and so I might as well prepare everything. And so the past few months, last year, I really prepared. And Dr. Hawson doesn't really know about it, but I even had myself scheduled in the operating room. If you remember, Ray, he didn't know. I just told him, everything's prepared, I have already scheduled myself. And however, he told me that we can try first medications. And so I tried taking the medications religiously. However, after several months, it failed. He noticed that the lump was still growing, and so he decided to operate on me. And so when I had my operation, I didn't tell anybody, it's only my family. And I even had to put another name because I don't want my friends to know about it and feel so sorry about me. And I don't want to feel them the pain that I am feeling. And so, little that my other friends know what is happening within me, but probably it's because I've seen a lot of patients and how they suffer. And so I prepared even my last will, I prepared all the my other relatives because I was very afraid. And during the operation, and my friend anesthesiologist even told me that during the time they had the node removed, it was very, very hard. So it looks as if it's grossly malignant. However, it turned out to be benign. And so, but then it was such a devastating experience. And so I know how it feels to become a patient. And it is the fear of the cancer itself, no? However, thing is, even if you have it, even if you have the cancer, it's there. And I think we cannot fight it anymore. nandun na yun eh. You just have to make the most out of it. I've seen a lot of patients who have been very strong and they know how to fight all of this. And if you will brood and become depressed, nothing will really happen. And as I can remember Mrs. Mona over here, and she's been very strong, and I don't know how bad she felt, but then she kept on fighting, and she wants really to live. And there was a time that we thought that she was really going to die. And I don't know, it was everybody, even Dr. Montemayor and all the other doctors are taking care of her. She has daughter who's a nurse here at Manila Doctors, and everybody thought that she was going to die. And I don't know if it's a miracle, but Mrs. Mona had a lot of stories about meeting St. Peter and all the friends and all her parents who are now dead and things like that. Something like, I think she surrendered. Something like, at the beginning, there is some denial within you if you have cancer, as if you don't want to accept the will of God. But then, something like, if you are prepared and you know you can do anything and you will accept it, and if you surrender, you just surrender to the will of God and say to God that thy will be done, then that's the time that He will help. And according to the story of Mrs. Mona, because when she was dying, I told her not to fight. I told her to please follow the light. Do not fight anymore, because it's been very painful for me and for all the family seeing her really how she suffered. And so we told her while she was having a hard time to just follow the light. Follow the light. So, and however, after several days, she woke up and she told us that she told me, Doctora, I followed what you told me to follow the light. But when I was already there, someone pushed me out of the light. And someone told her, you better go back because it's not just your time. I don't know, I've heard a lot of group sessions like this, and in the end, the message that I always get is, always God will send you some difficult hardships to carry or a burden to carry. But then if you just surrender and do the best you can, I think He will always be there to help you and guide you. I don't know other things to say, but I can keep on going on and going on. But then the thing is, once you get the bug, if you get cancer, it's there. The thing is, the best is to make the most of whatever is left, because it's not really the end of the world. We have seen a lot of patients who do really get well and respond to treatment. Thank you very much.